are the fact that we don't have the resources we need. If you've seen me on the news, you've read me in the paper, I keep harping on this because this is just a huge thing to our teachers, our students, and our parents. We don't have the resources we need. We don't have the textbooks. We don't have the people in the classrooms. We don't have the technology that we need. There are many, many needs in our classroom. And I can tell you to date, the board attorney has told me, not once, not twice, but several times, give it up. You're not getting any of it. And so, as a result, we have tried for hours and hours and hours on end to reason with the school district, reason with the school attorney, reason with the school board to say, listen, parents have come to these board meetings, they've talked about this, they want it, we want it, the students need it. Why can't we commit some resources to this? And the answer is always, we can't afford it. Well, they can afford it, they should be doing it. So the best that we've been able to propose, and still has not been accepted, is that these class size numbers, special ed needs, textbook rotations, the things we need in the classroom, we want to add to the reference section because at least it's an effort to try and get it into the contract eventually. Do I think it's sufficient? Absolutely not. It sickens me, really, to think that that's where the needs of our kids in our community are relegated to, is the reference section. But it's better than nothing, because as DEA president, at least I have a platform for a discussion at that point. It's not adequate. The only way we're going to get those things, and we probably won't get them in time for this contract unless we're on strike till June, is for you parents and concerned citizens out there to demand that of your school board. Demand that they put some resources back into these schools, give up the talk of building new schools and sports complexes. Okay. Why is Mr. Younger still superintendent? What about his annual pay? You know he's getting paid what he's getting paid. He's getting 4 years at 6%. He came in from Litchfield, Illinois, and he was making $128,000. He came to Dixon Public Schools, he was making $150,000. He took 1 year of a heart freeze, and after that he has made 4 years at 6%, and he will retire from this district at about $213,000. He has 2 more years left. Wait.
What we were trying to do, we got a lot of questions that people have written down. So Sandy's going to go through those, and if you still have questions to write down in detail, please do that. Then raise your hand. Then one of our teachers will bring that up, and we'll slide it in over here.
We don't have. I don't want to shut anybody off. I really don't. We have to be out of here by 7:30. So 7:30, we're going to have 8 o'clock. Great, wonderful. Okay, here's another question. If the district hires subs, which I don't know how they're going to do, they can't even get enough subs for us now when we have to go to a conference, do I have my child cross the picket line? What if I refuse to allow her to do so? You know what, I can't make those decisions for you. I'm a union person. I would never allow my kid to cross the picket line, and I would never allow my own children, who are grown, to go to a school where they didn't have certified teachers there. Yeah. There should be a DEA member on the board as an ad hoc member to help facilitate any future negotiations, and what a great idea. Why did we wait till February? Why didn't this happen at the beginning of the school year? Well, frankly, it didn't happen at the beginning of the school year because, honestly, would you want a teachers union to go out and strike right from the get-go? We went in good faith bargaining, and despite what you've read in the newspaper, we made every attempt to meet as often as we possibly could. We want to give this a good shot. This is disruptive for the entire community, not just least of all the teaching staff, but your children are at home, your community's disrupted. This is a wound that's going to take a long time to heal, and you don't do that lightly. You don't ask 166 families and 200 2,800 and some children and their families to have a work stoppage. So we did it when we thought we had to. We had no other choice. Cost of a board's lawyer, a lot, $275 an hour. Traveling expenses. He's been here several nights in a bed and breakfast in Oregon, I might add, not in Dixon. And he has an assistant attorney with him, so we're paying for her also. It's a lot. We're going to request those numbers after this is all over with. Right now, I can tell you it was well into the tens of thousands as of December into January. So, you know, it's costing a lot of money. Okay. How many special needs students are in each classroom? Elementary, high school, junior high, lots of them. We have over 500 special ed students identified in this district currently. We have 2,800 students thereabouts. So, you know, what is that, 20%? A little less than 20%. We are highly identified in this community. We're not sure as to why. It doesn't matter. We teach all of our kids. If our kids have special needs, we provide for them. How can we replace seasoned qualified teachers with inexperienced, untested ones and not compromise the quality of an education? Well, I say there's lots of stages in a person's life, and there's lots of stages in a teacher's life. And I'm old, and I'm about ready to get out of here. And I got to tell you, what I haven't experienced, a new teacher has an enthusiasm and new ideas. You know what? I've worked with brand new teachers my whole career from start to finish, and you know what? They've been terrific. Everybody starts somewhere, and our teachers here are #1 top quality, whether they're brand new or they're ready to go out the door like I am. We do have a mentoring program in this district, and so far it hasn't been gutted, and we hope that that helps. I put an experienced teacher like myself with an inexperienced teacher, and that helps bring them along, kind of show them how to do things. So that's good. We do have that place. Do you feel that the district is violating or has violated federal IDEA laws, which is the Special Ed Persons with Disabilities Act? Purposely neglecting provided services. I can't say that. I don't want to be sued. Do I think we need to do more for our kids with special needs? Yeah. Absolutely. Why are we asking for a tax increase to build a new sports complex, but not for a tax increase to fund our schools? Got me, I don't know. Sorry, Tom. What happens to seniors and the end of the school and graduation? Well, you know, our seniors have a built-in cushion already into our school year. If our board would have accepted this today, those kids have been back in school tomorrow. They would have lost 5 days, and we have a 5-day cushion in place for our seniors just because we kind of like to get them out of the door as soon as we can, because they're rather disruptive to the kids at the end of the year. So I don't see any problem as long as we get back quickly. If we don't, there could be an issue. What can we as parents do to help? Oh my God. You guys have been terrific. You really have. Please come answer it.
That question has been asked of me a bazillion times this week by all the wonderful people and parents in the community. What you can do is you can give this negotiation team your voices. The board is not listening to our negotiators when we stand on that picket line for you and say, we need support for the special needs kids. We need textbooks for every student. We need the same technology in all the rooms. That's what you can do. They need your voices behind them together telling the board that these are the things that are the most important for our kids. Thank you.
This district and also has a special needs child, so she knows where she comes from. If the board wants to maintain current salary costs, what are the board's plans to downsize administrative costs? I asked them that the other evening, and when I asked Mr. Younger if he planned on at least making the administration pay for their insurance at this point, he said no. So I don't think there's any plans to downsize. Is the Board of Education working for the people who voted for them? Well, only the voters can determine that. You will have to decide. Come April, there are 4 seats up for re-election, and you decide whether you want to vote for an incumbent or a new person. I can't tell you how to vote. I wouldn't tell you how to vote, but remember this story. When is the next board member election? In April 9th. The DEA has budgeted several times, or bargained several times with negotiations. How much has, budged. Yeah, we have budged. How much has the school board budged? None. You know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be flip up here because this isn't a flip situation and I get pretty sarcastic, but you know, we have gone every which way around this issue to try and get a settlement. And we go in, we're prepared, every single time we're prepared. We spend hours and hours and hours, which is our job to do that, to get ready for these negotiations. They're important. And we go in and everything is reject, delete, retain the existing language, or diminish the language that we already have. You know, I said this before several times. Yes, we want a salary increase, you bet. We want our benefits to be maintained at least with a reasonable increase. But more importantly, we want stuff for these kids. This is, you know, I've been teaching in this district for over 20 years, and I have seen our resources dwindle and dwindle and dwindle in terms of both staff, teachers, supplies, textbooks, everything. And it makes me sick. It really does. And the fact that we can't get them to budge on this at all just says to me their minds are in other places besides the education for the kids in this community. What about track? Hopefully we get back to track soon. The season starts soon, I believe. It already did? Practice has started, but I don't believe. They have a meet on Saturday?
Practice has started. We're going on our second missed meet. We missed Saturday. We'll be going into our conference meet with no times, no trials, no
And they want
spots,
to pay
nothing.
for our own practices too.
You know what?
Yeah.
This is sickening.
Yeah.
This is sickening on a whole bunch of fronts. It's sickening on an educational front, which I think is obviously the most concern, but all these extracurriculars, the big grade school band and choral students aren't going to be able to attend contests this weekend, and they put in months and months of hard work. Our sports teams are going to be behind the 8 ball because they aren't going to have those practices with their coaches, the people that are most qualified to coach them. There's just all kinds of things wrapped up in this, and honest to God, I can't tell you how hard we've worked and how hard we've pushed and how much we have tried to explain and make the board realize they just aren't listening, which is of course why we're having this meeting tonight. We need your support. We need you to get on the phone. We need you to make them listen to us. Yeah, Dolph just reminded me, we've been negotiating and been without a contract since August, and this is why they won't listen. What would a vote of no confidence, Mr. Younger on the board, you know, the vote of no confidence, that is kind of a, you know, it sends a message, but it, you know, people only get messages when they want to hear them. So we need louder messages than a vote of no confidence. I think the teachers going out on strike was a vote of no confidence in Mr. Younger and the board. We'd like to rebuild that confidence. We would like to heal this community. We would like to get back to the business of educating kids and your kids going to school and learning. Okay, what language are they willing to put in for special ed? None. What exactly are the supplies needed in the classroom besides books? I'm a parent. I'm always willing to donate to my daughter's classroom. God bless you. What is going on?